Hello, friends of Pole Position News. Welcome to another video. Let's go straight to the news. Oscar Piastri renewed his contract with McLaren, signing a long-term deal that will keep it with the team until the end of the decade. So, it's that multi-year contract that will probably last until 2029 or 2030, though we don't know exactly yet, at least not at the time of recording this video. But what's being said is that it will be a salary in the range of 20 million euros annually, matching what Lando Norris is currently receiving. The agreement also includes some bonus clauses based on race results, titles, and other factors like qualifying. These are the usual bonuses we're familiar with, which exist in several contracts. It said that Piastri was previously earning around 6 million euros per year, which is quite a nice upgrade, more than 3 times what he was making before. And of course, the announcement was made just before his home Grand Prix in Australia, which makes it even cooler for Oscar Piastri, who may have a real chance to win a home. If I'm not mistaken, no Australian has ever won a home, or if one has, it's been decades since an Australian has had a significant result there, so it would be really cool for Piastri to achieve that. Another important detail of this McLaren and Oscar Piastri negotiation is that it puts an end to the speculations about Piastri's possible departure, and now the question remains, who will McLaren prioritize? You may remember that last year, there was talk that McLaren would release one of their 2 drivers starting in 2027 to focus on just one of them. So, there would be an alpha driver and another as a second driver. The question was, would it be Norris or Piastri? With Piastri's renewal, we now know McLaren will try to keep both of their drivers for a long time, which also indicates they're happy with both. And it's a very strong duo. We should mention that it's a duo that's still evolving. It's a young duo, and there's still a lot to come as they hit their prime. They have everything to possibly fight for the driver's title this year, and have already won the Constructors' title last year. So, McLaren is doing very well, thank you, in terms of drivers, at least in my opinion. Maybe you think a little differently from me, but either way, I want to know your opinion in the description. Now in the comments, did you like this Piastri renewal? Do you think McLaren should focus on another driver or prioritize Piastri? Let me know. Now, let's talk a bit about Max Verstappen's situation, which is in a decisive year. Depending on what happens this season, he could choose to switch teams in 2026. But before I tell you the news about this topic, I invite you to subscribe and activate notifications so you don't miss any details about this season. Leave a like to support our work. Well, it's no secret that Max Verstappen's future at Red Bull has been in question, especially since the beginning of last year, when the driver wasn't happy with the team's car, which wasn't performing as well as expected, along with various problems, including the departure of some people within the team, with the main issue being Adrian Newey, the designer of their successful cars in recent years. Additionally, reports that Red Bull might be having trouble developing their 2026 engine have also caused Verstappen to reconsider his options. He even had conversations with other teams last year, but decided to end those talks to focus on his season and figure out his future, now in the 2025 season. After all, now he'll have more information both on Red Bull's development and the progress of other teams, with Mercedes and Aston Martin being the main interested parties. Some information even indicates that some of them have already had talks with Verstappen. To bring more details on this subject, Verstappen's father, who is one of those not in favor of him staying at Red Bull, explained what's happening now. He said that at this moment, nothing is happening in terms of negotiations or contracts, not even contract that was supposedly signed a while ago, with some websites claiming Aston Martin had practically closed the deal with Verstappen, a $1 billion contract. And talking about what we can expect for the driver's future, Jos Verstappen states that for now, their focus is on Red Bull, but they're indeed waiting to see how this season goes, and whether Red Bull will really provide him with a competitive car that gives him a chance to fight for titles. If not, Verstappen may choose to negotiate an exit soon. Well, let me know. Do you think it would be the right decision for Verstappen to leave Red Bull? Is it a possibility? And if so, where do you think he should go? Aston Martin, Mercedes, or another team? Share your opinions in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.